Morning students, we'll start with the next topic, that is what are the types of pure substances. Okay, now for that we'll first see that there are two types. One is elements, the other is compound. Okay, based on their chemical composition. Now first one are elements. Okay, now Robert Boyle was the first scientist, okay, who used the term element in 1661. Next is Antoine Lavoisier. Okay, now Lavoisier was a French chemist. Okay, he was the first one to define the element. Okay, now element as a basic form of matter that cannot be broken down into simpler substance by chemical reactions. Okay, that is the definition of element he gave. Okay, now elements can be normally divided into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now we'll see first the metals. All of us know that metals show some properties, okay, so that we can classify them into metals. They have shine or luster. Okay, they have certain shades of silvery gray or golden yellow color. Okay, they conduct heat and electricity. They are ductile. Now ductile means you can draw wires from them. They are malleable, so that they can be hammered into very thin sheets. That's the property of malleability and ductility. They are sonorous, that is they make ringing sound when they are hit. Okay, now the examples of metals are gold, silver, copper, iron, sodium, potassium, etc. Okay, now we have a metal known as mercury. That is the only metal which is liquid at the room temperature. Generally they are all solid. Okay, now we have got non-metals. Now non-metals display the following properties. They have got variety of colors. Okay, they are poor conductor of heat and electricity. They are not lustrous, sonorous or malleable or ductile. Okay, examples are hydrogen, oxygen, iodine, carbon, bromine and chlorine. Now the third type of elements are those elements which have got intermediate properties, some of metals and some of non-metals. Okay, and they are known as metalloids. Okay, now the examples of metalloids is boron, silicon, germanium. Okay, so we have studied elements which are classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Okay, now there is some extra information regarding elements. Okay, now there are more than 100 elements discovered till now, out of which 92 elements are naturally occurring. Okay, now rest are man-made. Now from these elements, generally majority of them are solid. Okay, but there are 11 elements which are gaseous at room temperature, 2 elements which are liquid at room temperature. Example, mercury and bromine. Out of this mercury, this is a metal, bromine is a non-metal. Now elements like gallium, cesium, they become liquid at room temperature. Okay, slightly above room temperature they are solid, but they turn into liquid if the temperature goes or rises above room temperature. Okay, now we go to the next one, that is compound. Now a compound is a substance which is composed of 2 or more elements. So for making a compound we need 2 or more elements. Now these elements, they chemically combine with each other and in fixed proportion. So whenever you are making a compound using elements, the proportion is fixed. Okay, now let us see there's an activity. What do we get when we combine 2 or more elements? Okay, now in this activity we have got 2 groups. Now the first group mixes the crush of iron filings and sulfur. The second group mixes it and then again heats it. Okay, and then it allows it to cool. Okay, and then we are checking some certain activities. Now the first check is for magnetism. Okay, now if you bring magnet near the first group, that is mixing of iron fillings and sulfur powder. Okay, yes, here there is a material which get attracted towards magnet, that is iron. But if you do for the second group magnet, there will be no response to the magnet. Okay, then we add dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid to each first group and the second group. Turn the page. Okay, and then you will see that there is a gas obtained by the first group. Okay, when you add the acid, and that is hydrogen gas. Now this hydrogen gas is colorless, odorless and combustible. So you can't make out from the odor that this is hydrogen gas. While in the second group, the gas obtained is hydrogen sulfide. Now this gas is also colorless, but it has got a smell of rotten eggs. So you can make out that yes, now hydrogen sulfide is being made. Okay. Now from referring from this activity, okay, we can just infer that, okay, that group 1 which has carried out the activity involves only a physical change, while group 2 involves the activity which has got a chemical change, because a chemical reaction has taken place after heating. Okay, so the inference of group 1 we can make out is that material obtained by group 1 is a mixture of two substances. Okay, now these two substances are iron and sulfur. Okay, now the properties of these mixture are same as that of the constituent. So iron will remain as iron, sulfur will remain as sulfur. Now for group 2, what happens? We are heating these two elements and we get a compound. Now this compound has got a totally different properties as compared to the both elements. Okay, so the texture, the color, everything has changed. Now for that, now we have two different differences between mixture and compound. We have got 4 differences between these two. Okay, first is mixture, it's made up of element, or compound which is just mixed. No new compound is formed, while here the elements react and form a new compound. Now this mixture has no fixed composition. It's variable, you can mix in any proportion. But for compound, the composition is always fixed. Okay. Now mixture shows the properties of the constituents, while here a new substance is formed which has got totally new properties. Now this constituent can be separated by physical methods, while here the separation of the constituents is very difficult. Sometimes by chemical or electrochemical method it can be separated. Okay, so in a gist, what we learned in this chapter, we have got matter, solid, liquid, gas, pure substance and mixture. Okay, again the pure substance is classified into elements and compound, while mixtures are classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay, thank you.